watching Wild Strongholds. I'm Ed Hudson, and we're here to tell real stories of hunting and conservation from the most remote strongholds on Earth. If you want more stories like these, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a hunt. Drop a comment and tell us where you'd like to see us go next. Your support helps us keep bringing the truth about hunting and conservation to the world.
The Iubex have quite a sad history. It almost died out because they got poached and overhunted. Because the Iubex have in his heart a cross inside, a crossbone.
In the Middle Ages, people killed the Ibexes for this little bone and carried this bone on their body in order to protect them from bad things. And that really was the reason why the Ibex was almost extinct. Slowly, the Ibex came back in 1920, 1930, 1940, and then they put a very strict system on game counts and quota on this Ibex population. And now it's a solid population.
The reintroduction was initiated purely by hunters who played a key role in bringing the Ibex back to this region.
In Austria, we are allowed to sell game meat to the public. All the game meat from animals what we take get used.
Meat, as it is so healthy, less fat, easier to digest, not 1 gram of meat is wasted. The meat is one of the reasons why we hunt and why humans started hunting. They needed protein, they needed this type of nutrition. And I think this is deep in our heart that we understand our passion for hunting derives from that fact that hunting enabled humans to survive.
My name is Martin Neuper. I'm a professional hunter and co-owner of FN Hunting in Austria and in Hungary. Our company was established in the 50s from my grandfather. He started this business because there was not enough money in the forestry estate and logging business and in agriculture, so we decided to sell a part of our quota. I took over this 20 years ago, so 20 years I'm guiding for our own family company. We love what we do.
We're off to the sporting goods store because guessing the weather ahead of time is an imperfect science, and even though it's just about 1st of October, there's already snow in the mountains and it's quite cold, unexpectedly so. We're not exactly prepared for that. This sweatshirt is about as heavy a duty thing as I got, so. Oh yeah, my Converse, yeah, no, I brought mountain boots, but I brought normal hiking socks, not like thick, heavy, I'm gonna go clomping through the snow hiking socks, so. Oh, we got some real boots here. My bag is already broken. too many years of use, but that's all right. I'll get a screw and fix it. That's gonna work really well. That's super insulating there. This might be good as an insulating layer to sit on so your butt doesn't get wet. That's about it. We got a bunch of stuff and we are still underprepared. After the sporting goods store, we're going to Tirol. It's on the Swiss-Austrian border in some of the highest mountains in all of Austria. And we're gonna go look for big, beautiful Alpine Ibex in high mountain valleys. So that's the exciting part. There'll be snow, there'll be inclement weather, there'll be underdressed Americans. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, I can't wait. I've been wanting to hunt Alpine Ibex for a very long time. You know, finally be able to do this. I mean, it's been years and years and years in the making. And to do this and be with people like Martin, it's an honor and a privilege, and I can't wait to get on that mountain. Oh, dude. Oh yeah, we're going Alpine Ibex hunting.
My name is Philipp Harmer. I'm the president of the CRC. The CRC was founded in 1930 by a Frenchman, an Austrian, and a Hungarian. And it was founded as an organization to help and to protect hunting. So it is not an organization for hunters or of hunters, but it is for the hunting. We work in 3 divisions. Division number 1, policy and law. Division number 2, applied science. So all our arguments we bring to the table are all science-based. And the 3rd division is about culture, because we really believe that hunting is cultural heritage. Hunters are very diverse, and as hunters in many cases have very different opinions on other hunters, I think my duty is to reach out to the non-hunters. The non-hunters, they are the voting majority, and I really want to work that I explain to the non-hunters that us hunters, that we deliver a service to nature, to society, and that this service is for free for society. But my duty is to reach out to those many in the middle and to explain them that hunting does something good.
Mein Name ist Gerald Muralt.
I studied wildlife biology and have been working as a wildlife biologist for the Carinthian Hunters Association for 15 years. My interests in wildlife biology began very early, long before my studies. That's why I went to the University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences and the University of Veterinary Medicine. It very quickly became clear that wild animals, meaning game animals, would be the focus of my future life, because they simply fascinated me beyond belief.
Austria is a small country, 89,000 square kilometers. Every year, in order to keep damages under control, Austrian hunters have to hunt 450,000 animals. If I take red deer, the red deer, they take the bark from trees, especially in winter. So if you don't feed them, they even do that more, obviously. If you have a too big red deer population in our mountains, the forest is breaking down, and then the avalanches would go down into the villages. We need the forests to protect the villages. Wild boars, much worse. The wild boars, we shoot about 50,000 wild boars every year in Austria. They turn the meadows and they destroy the fields. Is it sweet corn? Is it wheat? They really destroy the fields. So if we don't manage those numbers, our farmers, they would then ask for poison and things like that. So as hunters, we have a certain duty, but this duty is put on us by the state. Every year we have to hand in a spring count and a proposal on how many animals we think is the right thing to shoot. The state sees the proposal, corrects it, and then gives us an order to shoot those animals. If we don't fulfill the quota, if we shoot less, we get fined. Damages are important. We don't want to destroy the villages by avalanches. We don't want to destroy the possibilities for the farmers, and therefore it's our duty to do that.
All the game meat from animals what we take get used. In Austria, we are allowed to sell game meat to the public. We have companies for that, smaller companies, bigger companies for that. We have cooling rooms, and when we shoot an animal, we bring it to our cooling room, and there it's get collected by the game meat production company.
My name is Uwe Zöhrer. I'm a wild game farmer and game meat processor in Hofreisitz, Eberstein, at the base of the Saueralpe. We raise red deer and we process wild game for hunters. My wife and I handle everything together, just the two of us. This is a generational farm. It has been in our family for more than 100 years. I took it over from a grandfather and from my father. We are Austrians. This kind of work, the land, the game, it has always been passed down through the family. We also buy wild game from hunters who hunt in the Saueralpe. We process and market that meat too. When I receive game, I remove the hide, put it in the cooling room, then the veterinarian comes. He inspects the meat, stamps it, and only then I'm allowed to sell it. Everything we produce has an EU number. It starts with AD and a code. With that number you can trace exactly where the meat comes from and how it was handled. From the venison we process, we make deer salami, ham from the leg, dry sausages and cooked sausage. These are made from the older cuts. The best meat for steak, roast or goulash comes from the younger deer. We sell that fresh. The rest is used for sausage.
If I take my country, Austria, every Austrian on average eats 68 kilos of meat per year. Of course, we could survive by eating much less than those many kilos every year. But meat, as it is so healthy, less fat, easier to digest, game meat would be definitely the thing to eat.
You can buy it in supermarkets, you can buy it on farmers markets, and you can buy it direct from the hunter. We have also game meat weeks in our restaurants here. It's tradition in Austria. September, October, you find them everywhere on every menu. And like in France and in Switzerland, they find them all over the year on every menu. They like to eat more game meat there. And yeah, we enjoy it.
I see 4 objective criteria which are met by hunting. Number 1, wildlife damage control. Number 2, enhancing biodiversity. Number 3, we put a very healthy piece of meat on the table. That's nutrition, and that's also in the modern times a very healthy nutrition. And number 4, humans are longing to be one with nature, and hunting can fulfill this. So hunting is a good way to experience nature and to be one with nature. When I was young, very young, I wanted to follow my father, to copy my father. I was a 4, 5, 6, 7 years old boy, and I saw my father going out, so I prepared his gun, I prepared his stuff. And so it was about being like the father. Later in life, I got my own hunting area. All of a sudden it was about managing, planting hedges, planting trees. First I was a consumer, all of a sudden I became a producer. Later in life then, I had my own son, and all of a sudden everything started to repeat itself again. So my son wanted to go out with me, and I was so happy to go out with my son. So it was a high quality time. So that's my personal development. And as I have a son, I want to keep hunting for my son. And that's the reason why I became active in the CIC. I thought I have to go into politics. I have to influence politicians. I have to convince them that what we are doing makes sense for nature, makes sense for society, in order to keep this wonderful thing for my children, for my grandchildren.
Yeah, Iubex in Austria is a rare permit to find, you know. And the Iubex have quite a sad history. They almost died out because they get poached and overhunted. And this is to do because the Iubex have in his heart a cross inside, a crossbone.
We call it the Iubex cross. In the Middle Ages, people killed the Ibexes for this little bone and carried this bone on their body in order to protect them from bad things. And that really was the reason why the Iubex was almost extinct.
In Austria, there were no more Iubex in those days. And the same was in Switzerland, in France. Before, they were everywhere in the mountains to find. And they only survived in a national park in Italy, the Gran Paradiso National Park. Because in those days, the Italian king loved the Iubex and he protected them with his army. And there was only 100 left.
Slowly, the Iubex came back in 1920, 1930, 1940, was even introduced in some areas in the 60s. They took Ibexes from Italy and from Slovenia, and then they put a very strict system on game counts and quota on this Ibex population.
In Carinthia, reintroduction began around 65 years ago. The Ibex species was brought to Carinthia from Switzerland. The reintroduction was initiated purely by hunters who played a key role in bringing the Ibex back to this region. 2 very stable populations have been re-established in Carinthia. They are hunted very cautiously because, of course, there is an effort to further stabilize these populations and to give them the opportunity to continue spreading.
We try to shoot only ibexes when they are above 10 years. That gives a certain certainty that they don't disappear.
We think in Austria we have about 5,000 today, and there's about 60 males, class 1 on quota every year. And we are happy that we have them back, and we are also happy that we can hunt them. Only in some areas. There's still some areas where there's still no ibex, and I hope in future that we have more ibex also in the areas where they were, and we hope we have some more future projects in this country where we put them back where they were originally in the old days.
The International Union for Conservation of Nature is concerned with maintaining the conservation status of various, sometimes endangered animal species. The individual species are categorized by the IUCN. This includes the Red List, which divides species into different categories. One of these categories is called Least Concern. Ibex and chamois are both included in this category. This means there are no concerns that these species cannot be preserved in Austria.
In the summer, the ibex likes to go up into the peaks, into the higher Alpine, grazing there, of course. And in the winter, because when the big snow is coming, there's no more food up there, so they have to go down to the valleys. You know, they go to the forest parts then, where there's more food. And they can eat from trees, and there's some grass also left in the lower level, because more snow is higher up. And in the spring, they go back up again. You know. It's a very beautiful animal, and we love them. It's the king of the mountains, we say.
Nature is the most powerful source of energy I know. Nature is unpredictable. Humans are not able to tame nature. We always try, we build big dams, we build big roads, but nature is always stronger and is overcoming us. And so I'm extremely impressed by nature. And hunting brings me out into nature, in the most remotest parts of the world. And there I feel very humble. I understand that there is a creator. I understand that I should not take myself too important. And I love this balance between my daily life and life in nature, that somehow I get grounded. And that's what I experience in hunting.
Biggest enemy of the ibex is avalanches. He is living in steppe terrain, and in Austrian mountains we have serious avalanches. The same is for chamois. A lot of ibex get killed every year by avalanches, you know, because they go too early up or too late down, and they walk somewhere in, and then the avalanche hit them, you know. So the quota is, that's why it's not that high. Same as on chamois, the quota is always a bit down, because we have also kills by avalanches, and we pick every year up a lot of horns, every ibex area.
Alpine Ibex it is. In 1999, there was a huge, horrible avalanche here, and that whole mountain came down. A lot of people died. It was very, very tragic. That whole thing was covered. Be fine once we start walking, but it is definitely colder up here than it was down in the valley. We'll put on another layer. You can see there's snow here on the ground. It's October 1st. There's snow on the ground. It's been on the ground for a while. There's a big glacier behind us. And that's the Swiss border way back there. And yeah, we're getting ready to go up the mountain. This is gonna be very exciting. We're a little bit of ways up. A couple of chamois up here behind us. There's a sort of big rock hummock up here. I'm gonna go around that corner, back up into this other valley back here. See if we can find some ibex there. There's none here. There's some chamois, but there's no ibex here. Go around this corner, see what we see. Go get into the snow.
Yeah, Ibex, yeah, we hunt them in high alpine, so you need to be fit for the hunt because it's steppe mountain usually where they are. The age is important. We want to shoot Ibex in the 10 years and more is the permit, but we always try to shoot 12 years old ones. So the really old ones who do not make the winter anymore, you know. When we see one old one who slims down, we try to harvest this one because we will not make the winter. You know? Yeah, if we see them, we try to get closer to them, where we can make a clear shot. You need to be fit. There's a lot of walking in the mountains.
High mountain hunting is always connected with physical exercise, with weather conditions, and it's not so easy. It's the experience of hardship in beautiful nature, and I think that's the reason why I love it so much, as long as I can do it, yeah.
Looks like we're gonna hang out here for a minute. These guys have spotted a few of them. Nobody's told me where yet, though. Based on what I see, I'm guessing they're right up here in this kind of falling runoff shale stuff. Yeah, 5 here, 2 there. So that's a young one, and he's with about 6 or 7 nannies. He's got huge bases on him already. One day, he's young. Yeah, give him another 5, 6 years. If he survives the winters, they aren't too harsh, doesn't get killed by an avalanche, he will be a tank. So the plan now is there's a rock up here, a big one, triangular shape, it's got a bunch of red on it. We're gonna try to get to it. There's enough cover in all of this. Try to get to that, and then we'll kind of be just below and to the side of these 3 big billies. And we'll see see where we are from there. This is really cool. Really cool to be up here. We're in the Austrian Alps, hunting Alpine Ibex. And it's cold and there's nobody up here. Got early snow. I couldn't ask for anything better. We're very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. Young ones are just up here now, about 300 yards. See that rock cut keeps going out? We're just past that. Nice altitude. Wear you out real good. There's no place I'd rather be than the mountains. I love hunting. Love being outdoors. Love being in the woods or open plains, all the rest of it. End of the day, it's the mountains. For me, I feel alive. It's really incredible. And I don't want to climb mountains just for the fun of climbing mountains. But I do like being in them hunting for sure. All right, so right now, we're looking to shoot the oldest ones here. We're close enough now with the spotting scope to where we can zoom in and count the rings, little growth rings on the Ibex's horn. That's a good thing. We'll figure out which one's the oldest.
The Ibex have buttons on his horn. The first 3 buttons is 1 year, and then usually 2 buttons he makes per year. When we look at the Ibex with our spotting scopes or with our binoculars, we count the buttons, and then we can estimate the age. You want to go close a bit?
Closer is always better, if we can. This way. Here they both come. 322.
Okay, Ed, take the one on the left side, the upper one. That's the one where we have to go. The left one, the upper one. This is the old big one.
We'll wait for this other one to clear. Just waiting, okay? I don't want that other one in the way. Ready?
Right hand side.
Das war ein Schuss.
Yeah, just corner.
Weizmann, thanks.
Fantastic, man. Well done, eh?
Well done,
thanks.
Weidmann Seil. Ciao.
Big Ibex down.
Der ist gesessen, der Schuss. Super.
Now we just walk slowly. I'm gonna put this up so I can see where I'm going. The hat lid prevents that. And it's only about 300 yards away, but it'll probably take us about 450, 500 yards worth of walking, and we should be there. Oh,
King of the mountains,
the king of the mountain,
of the Alps.
of the Alps. Oh, he's beautiful. Thank you, old man.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's an old man.
It's the end of the Ibex in the
He
mountain.
has
And they don't get any older. This is their
That is the end.
12 is usually the
All
end.
over 12 years in this area is
This is October 1st. And look at this. By December, that's an old Ibex. Old first.
only an improvement.
And after that, just hope for a little luck.
Weidmann's Hall
Weizmann,
for the
thanks.
King of the Alps.
For the king of the Alps. Thank you very much. I mean that. Thank you. Because my hat is not the normal kind, so we'll just put that there. Well, originally what we did is we had a plan to go to Switzerland years ago to hunt for Alpine Ibex. And COVID happened. Switzerland closed to not Alpine Ibex hunting, but all foreign hunters. But here we are in Austria, the last place you can hunt free-range Alpine Ibex, high in the mountains. The Swiss border is actually those mountains right behind us. And we've been watching Ibex all day. It's coming on to snow, so we're lucky to have had this little window to get in here. To finally be able to pull this off is it's a real privilege, and it's a real honor to be a part of this with these men here in Austria. They have wonderful traditions. This is, they give the last bite to the Ibex, and then they give the other portion to the hunter, and wear it on the right side of your hat. When a hunter dies, the rest of his friends, who are also hunters, they come to his funeral, and they wear this on the left side. And instead of putting flowers on his graves, they put this. It's a very old tradition here in Austria. It's a really cool tradition. It's a way to honor the animal, to honor the mountain, to honor the work of the hunter and the people who participated in the hunt. You know, this is not about killing. This is about experiencing the mountains in a way that really means something to a lot of us. And every place has its own traditions, every place has its own feelings and background to it. And the traditions here are old and deep and full of compassion and thought, and it's really cool to be a part of it. So thank you to Austria. Thank you to my PHs here. Thank you to Martin Neuper for making this possible. Thank you to Rob Kern and Bob Kern and Margaret and everybody at the Hunting Consortium. Thanks to everybody who supports Wild Strongholds, and it's important. This is an important aspect of how we manage wildlife populations for the future. So can't just be one thing or the other. Hunters have a place on this mountain. Hunters have a place. So thank you, Austria.
I appreciate your words very much, that you respect our culture here in Austria, in the mountains. It's good to know that we could show you something about our hunting culture, and that you respect our wildlife, as always in your words. Many, many thanks for that.
Thank you.
And bring it out to the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hope we have more hunters in future in our beautiful mountains. And yeah, thanks for coming. We need more people like you here.
Thank
It was
you,
a great
Martin.
hunt.
That's
Right,
very
my
kind.
side, huh? Yeah, good.
Thank you, man.
Hunting is very helpful in preserving these game species because it ensures that they are not overhunted. At the same time, however, it must be said that it is particularly important to disseminate information about these species. Chamois and Ibex live in very extreme habitats in alpine areas. Nature conservation and hunting are not opponents. They are pulling in the same direction. It is important to pursue common goals, because this is the only way to ensure that these game species and habitats are preserved. A joint approach will probably be the only way to achieve the goal, not working against each other.
In my country, not 1 gram of meat is wasted. Every animal is carried down. The meat is one of the reasons why we hunt and why humans started hunting. They needed protein, they needed this type of nutrition. And I think this is deep in our heart, that we understand our passion for hunting derives from that fact, that hunting enabled humans to survive.
A trail! A real honest-to-goodness trail. Now, Professor Longlegs gets to work.
Cold coffee, my old boots are by the door. Nobody's calling, but I don't mind it anymore. 'Cause I've had enough of the rat race, the city life, the social grace. Burns out on.
So, Martin, does this vehicle have four-wheel drive? No. Okay. And we're heading into the mountains where there's snow. Not much snow? Though the road's clean. Okay, it's just the mountain that's covered in snow.
We have winter tires on.
Winter tires?
And chains is in the tires.
Oh, good.
And winter tires.
I think we should put the chains on now. Really make the Autobahn look nice. So there's a size thing here. 41-45. I don't know what that means. This is 38-42. So I'm going.
Down in the hills of old Topanga Road, there's a place I go to ease a weary soul. I could hide away above the sea, smoke my stuff, talk to the trees, get myself a dog and build a heart of gold.
We're ready to take our dirt bike, my KTM, right? You have it waiting, right? We're gonna take the dirt bike up to the
Dirt bike.
KTM.
Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine.
So all I want is a vest. I won't be sweating. Be fine once we start walking, but it is definitely colder up here than it was down in the valley. I'll put on another layer. There, yeah, it was the wiring. A little bit of screwy, so. I've already got 3 cooks making a plan. I need to have a 4th. Over? Yeah.
Go fast. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we go.
That's the plan. I think that's the best.
Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life.
There's so many Iubex up here. There's like 10, 12 up behind us where we can see. We just saw a new one we hadn't seen before. There's 4 more on the other side. We're just hunting 1 out of a group of 3. We're trying to find. Who knew it would be so hard to find the Iubex? And we'll know. I have these 2 beautiful poles.
120 kilos.
120 kilos.
Yes.
That's how much he weighs? Okay, so more than me, thank goodness. He's fatter than I am.